All right, we are live. Come on in, family. Come on in. Join your brother. Join your brother. We are live. We are live. Welcome to Determined to Change. This is your brother Winford X. Let me open up. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger and exalted Christ. And I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the extension of the Son of Man. I would like to greet every brother and sister with the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, family. This is your brother, Winford X of the Waxahachie Study Group, Knowledge 5845 on the ground, author Determined to Change, student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by the way of the eternal leader, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I could never thank Allah enough for appearing in the person of Master Father Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever. I hope every brother and sister are fine and well on this Wednesday evening, late evening rather, going into night. But I have a real interesting segment and show that I would like to do today. Welcome to Determined to Change by your brother again, Brother Winford X. Y'all see I'm sporting the Farrakhan right now and forever rocking the Farrakhan. So let me take these off. So we can get more serious. And let me put these on, all right? So you can see me, so you can see your brother, right? Again, I hope everybody is fine and well on this Wednesday late evening. But what I want to talk about is everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. That is the topic today. Everyone wants to make it to heaven, but nobody wants to die. So in other words, no one wants to pay a price. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that heaven and hell is not necessarily a place. I'm going to say that again. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, by the way of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, teaches us that heaven and hell is not a place. It's a condition from the mind. So how can we get to heaven? That is the question. Well, the way that we've been shaped and the way that we've been taught is we have to physically die to get to heaven or to get to hell, when in actuality, heaven and hell is right now while you live. Why are we catching all the hell that we've been catching for the last 450 years, but there is no heaven? So you mean to tell me that I can experience hell here in the physical, on the earth, above ground, but I can't have the heaven, but I can experience the hell? So you can dish out the hell, but I have to wait for the heaven. That's a hell of a question mark that we all should be scratching our head, and we should be asking questions, because the reality of the human being and the nature of how we were created, our spirit and our existence bears witness that our heaven and hell is right now while we live. So brothers and sisters, we know what's been going on and everything and on social media and in the world, in the real world, of what's going on with our brother. That's right, I said it. Our brother, Ye, okay, formerly known as Kanye West, all right? A lot of things have been bubbling. A lot of things have been going on with our brother pertaining to the things that he said, you know, about the George Floyd situation. He was on Drink Champs with Nori and DJ EFN. And that's one of the shows that I always I love to watch, is Drink Champs, right? And on the show, Nori invited Ye to the show, formerly known as Kanye West. He was invited to the show, all right? Well, we already know that Ye is he's worth $6 billion. Actually, he's the richest black man ever in American history. I said the richest, wealthiest black man ever in American history. Well, we're going to get to that in a minute because I want us to understand the importance of the mindset. I want us to understand the importance of jealousy and envy and pride and ego and the disease, the Willie Lynch syndrome. We're going to get into all that. All right. Well, there has been some speculations. There has been some accusations that everybody is throwing Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, talking about the black community. They want to throw him away because of the remarks that he said about George Floyd, saying that he was hit with the fentanyl and the police officer really didn't have his knee on his neck, right? Now, that I can say from a personal point of view. I haven't read the documentary. I've seen bits and pieces of the documentary, but I have not combed through it. I have not sat down and watched the documentary on my own to really dissect and break down so I could have an understanding to really dive into what Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, was really saying. I don't know. But what I do know is we are so quick to throw our own away when this man is teaching truth and this man is giving us knowledge of certain things that we have no knowledge of. This man is worth $6 billion. So that means that he's in places that we never could imagine. This man is in dialogues and he's in roundtables and conversations that we could never imagine. This is real talk. This is not no fun and games. This is not entertainment. This is real. All right. Now, all of the big talk is Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is he's weird. He's going crazy. Get away from him. You know, we had Jamie Lee Curtis. Everybody knows Jamie Lee Curtis, the famous actor. Jamie Lee Curtis. She talked about Jamie Lee Curtis is the known actor that was in all of the Michael Myers Halloween movies. Caucasian woman. All right. Well, she's publicly going on record saying that Kanye, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, should have his children taken away from him. He should not be able to have his children. Come on. Like, who are you to say certain things because of what this man is talking and what this man is speaking about is true? Listen, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, he made a statement about the George Floyd thing, right? On Drink Champs. He talked about White Lives Matter. He wore the shirt, White Lives Matter. See, in our ignorance, soon as we see the White Lives Matter without knowledge, with the lack of knowledge, with even out comprehensive knowledge, we judged him off the rip. We looked on the surface and started judging this man because we seen White Lives Matter. See, but there are different levels of language that we are dumbfounded on, that we have no understanding on. So we're quick to judge without having knowledge, man. The Bible talks about that. The Holy Quran talks about that. How can you speak about something without a comprehensive knowledge? The Quran teaches us and instructs us never to do that. When you speak about something that you have no knowledge of, it makes you ignorant. It makes you dumbfounded. 9 times out of 10, you're going to make a poor decision based off of something that you don't even know. That's very, very dangerous. And we can see the condition of the black man and woman as a whole in the United States of America and extend it to all over the world. We didn't just get in this condition that we're in. What happened to us? How did we get here? How did it become in the U.S. Constitution that A black man is subhuman, 3/5 of a human being. We have to have a problem with that. For those that don't have a problem with that, then you are comfortable with labeling yourself as a sycophant. A sycophant is one who would rather live on his knees than to die on his feet. You rather fit into a condition and be fearful of a condition when we have unborn generations. As men, we are teaching our young and our children, oh, this system that we're in is so powerful, so there's nothing we can do. So we're being the examples to be sycophants for those that are coming behind us. That is not being an original man. That is not being a direct descendant from the supreme being at all. So that means that we have lost all of the light, the civilizations of what it means to be a God, what it means to be a man. See, we have been diluted to a slave, right? I mean, look at it. Look at what's going on here all over the world, but in particular in America, in the hell-bounds in North America. Look at what's going on. We are this is a graveyard that we're in. But there is light. No matter how dark your world is, light is always present. Life is born in the darkness. This is what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, teaches us in the Nation of Islam. See, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it long ago, that the Nation of Islam is a nation that is rising within a nation. See, you have a righteous nation that is rising out of a wicked nation. The Bible verifies this. The Holy Quran verifies this. 1995, October the 16th, the Million Man March, led by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by the permission of Allah, God, and His Christ Himself. You can take it or you can let it alone. This is what America is afraid of. This is what the so-called Jews are afraid of. Ye, better known, formerly known as Kanye West, talks about and speaks about how in the industry, these Jews, this vulture culture, this is a vulture culture, man. This is what we're seeing is wicked Europeans in high places call themselves Jews, disguise themselves as Jews, when in fact, they're not Jews at all. A Jew is not a race of people. A Jew is one who has a covenant with God. A Jew is one who has a covenant. What is a covenant? It's a promise with God, meaning that we are promising the supreme being to align ourselves in righteousness. We are promising the supreme being to produce righteousness, to be a reflection of the reality of the supreme being himself of the universe. This is Allah, God Himself. We can go back in the history and look and work our way back up to modern times and see. We haven't always been in this condition that we're in right now. We haven't always been slaves to the lower part, to the brown germ inside of ourselves, but it was written. It had to happen. So we talk about Jews and so-called Jews, huh? So many scriptures, so many divine scriptures that is able to allow us to be able to recognize how to tell what time it is. When we read the scriptures and we apply it to our lives and we apply it to circumstances and situations and events that unfold, that we see throughout the annals of time, in particular in America, we see that their time is up. We see that Satan has been unmasked. This is what we see, people. And guess what? I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'm here for it. Listen, this is why it is so important that we study to show thyself approved, brothers and sisters, so we won't be hoodwinked. Malcolm X said it best. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. Despite whatever happened with Malcolm X, I know people want to blame the nation, but God has already revealed who was behind that. The CIA, the FBI, counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO, J. Edgar Hoover, Europeans. See, when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was raised out of the mud, meaning out of the ignorance, he only had completed a third grade education, going into the fourth grade, which he could not complete because he had to leave the school and he had to help his father in the fields to support his family. Also having a speech impediment. But yet, even though he had a speech impediment, it didn't stop him from being able to have his mind working and generate, always thinking of his people, always looking at the condition of his people, hurting from his heart, knowing that it's got to be something that can bring us out of this condition. How many of us feel like that today? How many of us are yearning for solutions to our problems? Not just about our personal problems, but when we're able to have a heart to look at our brothers and sisters and see the condition that we're in, and we feel that we're connected directly to that. But yet sometimes we feel, I don't have the solution to it. You don't think that God hears that? You don't think that God answered those prayers? Oh, come on, family. God is present now. And so, here we are with our brother Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Malcolm X said it best. Anytime truth is being spoken by a black man, when he's speaking truth to power, they always strive to find someone to offset what's being said. In this case, with our brother Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, yes, they have found rappers. They're using rappers, black famous rappers with hundreds and millions of dollars. Still, the overhead over them, who's controlling them with fear, is the so-called Jews. These are wicked Europeans. Their real title and identification is the Synagogue of Satan. You can take it or you can let it alone, man. This is real. Let me show you something. You see this book? The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. All right? We're not going to go long because we're going to break this up in segments. We're going to break this thing up in segments. All right? The secret relationship between blacks and Jews. One learned man is harder on the devil than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. I'm going to read that again. It says, this is the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, volume 2, the Nation of Islam. One learned man is harder on the devil than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. What are we seeing right now? We are literally going through that right now. Who kicked it off? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad kicked it off. Huh? And look at the power that he had. Look at how the so-called Jews were afraid of Jesus in the scriptures. Because he was one man. One learned man. Huh? One learned man is harder on the devil than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. Let's look at the condition that we're in, family. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad kicks it off. He extended through the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Huh? 1984. Jesse Jackson running for president. Huh? He speaks about Town. Oh, anti-Semitic. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. They put so much pressure on him the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, now he's known on the big platform because he comes to defend Jesse. Huh? Not knowing, just coming to be a friend, coming to be a good Samaritan. Huh? Don't wanna see us get done unjustly. Huh? Having the right heart, having the right mind, having the right spirit to come and be a good Samaritan. I want you to hear me, family. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, huh? He tells Jesse, what are you apologizing for when you telling the truth? So-called Jews have been extorting, have had the black economy in their hands, have sucked all the blood out of the black man and woman in America. This is a fact. You go into the U.S. Constitution, 3/5 of a human being. Where do you think this come from? Huh? In the public schools. They make you learn, they force blacks to learn about the Jewish Holocaust, about Anne Frank. I remember being in grade school. We had to learn that, but we never learned about the Atlantic slave trade. I never learned anything about the Atlantic slave trade until I went to the penitentiary. So you mean to tell me that I had to become a criminal? I had to be shaped in iniquity. I had to be born in a system of sin. I had to be hated against the United States of America to go to a federal penitentiary to learn about the Atlantic slave trade. But I learned about the Jewish Holocaust in the 4th grade. I would never forget it. We had to do a research. We had to do all kinds of things on the Jewish Holocaust. I'm talking about young black men and women never knowing about the Atlantic slave trade, never knowing about the Willie Lynch syndrome, never knowing about the Willie Lynch letter, not knowing those things, not knowing about the Tuskegee of Alabama. We didn't hear nothing about none of that. I had to learn all this going to prison. Mass incarceration. But look at Allah. Allah is merciful. Satan plans, but Allah says, I'm the best of planners. Oh, you throw us away, America. You send us to prison. You send us to prison for 10 years, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. But when we come back to society by Allah's grace and will, we come back knowing, we come back applying, we come back with an understanding, we come back with inspiration, we come back with motivation, we come back with determination. Now we come back with light being shown out of the darkness. All praise is due to Allah. You can't stop this. The secret relationship between blacks and Jews. Huh? The Nation of Islam. Look, all of this come from. This didn't come from the Nation of Islam. This came from the rabbis and monks that are Jews that knew the secrets of the synagogue of Satan. The scriptures bear witness. Jesus said that your father is not my father. I know your father, and your father is of the devil. What do you think he was talking about? Yes, he was talking about history, but he also was talking about prophecy. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that when you read the Bible, see, when you come and process into the Nation of Islam, you don't go straight to the Quran. How can we jump straight to the Quran without going to the Bible? We have to learn the wisdom of the book. We have to learn the Bible because that's what we were tricked in. I want you to hear me. We were tricked in the Holy Bible, not knowing how to identify ourselves. Huh? because the Greeks were able to take everything from the Egyptians. I want you to hear me. We're talking about Greeks. We're talking about Europeans. We're talking about those who Moses went up into the caves and hills when we marched them 2,200 miles across the Arabian desert, up into Europe, which means rope and bondage. Into the caves and hills, we roped them in because we knew as they came off of the island of Palan, within 6 months being in the holy land of Mecca, they was causing conflict and confusion amongst the righteous people, a new strange people, Europeans that was amongst us. This is not entertainment. This is revelation that has been revealed by God in the person of Master Father Muhammad. You can take it or you can let it alone. But the puzzle is coming together, family. The puzzle is coming together. So, all of the rabbis, look at this. This is 500 pages of Jews, not so-called Jews, but European Jews that love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that love the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Why? Because those Jews are striving to keep the covenant of God, striving to keep the promise of God. And what is that promise? To always speak truth, not the Talmud, not what the so-called Jews have created and made. That ain't what Moses was. That ain't what Moses had. Moses had the Torah. Moses didn't create the Talmud. That came from Satan himself. That came from a wickedness of Satan himself. Moses did teach them the technology that they lost because they had a time to rule. But now, here we are, family. Look at this. You see this book right here? This book was $38 today, this morning, on Amazon. I want you to hear me. This book was $38 this morning on Amazon. Guess how much it is now? This same book on Amazon is going for $2,500 a piece. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. This book is going for $2,500 now on Amazon. Who owns Amazon? Come on. You mean to tell me a book go from $38 and it skyrockets to $2,500? What is your intention? I'll tell you the intention. The intention is because they understand that the black economics, they know that blacks don't have that type of money to be dishing out to pay for valuable intelligence. They know you don't have $2,500 sitting around to pay for valuable intelligence. See, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, he woke up. This is another shock, and you can take it or let it alone. Allah is in charge of the vessel of Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. This is what it looks like. He's tapping into his supernatural. He's going to another level now. He don't have to be a registered member. He don't have to be a registered Muslim to tell the truth. He's a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You can take it or you can let it alone. So here comes the offset that they use. Charlemagne. They use all of these academics. These are imposters, man. These are undercover agents. These are I ain't talking about you going to prison and you coming home. No, I'm talking about these are people who they have literally recruited. literally have recruited another black man, giving him money to keep you off course. Ain't that something? Don't think that you pleasing God by doing that. God got something for you. You talking down on Ye. You talking down on our brother. You saying the brother is weird and all this old type of stuff. Man, let me tell y'all something. My son, big following, Black Lives Matter, Tamika Mallory, beautiful sister, came to Savior's Day in 2018. She was there. 2018, she was there. I was there. She didn't even say nothing. But they knew that she came to listen to the truth. Listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Once the so-called Jews in high places, wicked Europeans in high places, guess what they did? Oh, they approached her. Uh-oh. They put the pressure on her. They made her, for a while, she kind of she kind of was fighting back. But like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, the so-called Jews are very powerful. Oh, their reach is awesome. They have their reach is awesome. But look, God built that up like that so God could come right back and say, I'm going to build you up, Satan. I'm going to build you all the way up just to come back and show you that I'm the supreme God of the universe. And I'm talking about a human being. I'm not talking about a spook. I'm not talking about a mystery God. I'm talking about Master Fard Muhammad, a human being that was born in 1877, who's on the scene, who raised up a little boy, a Georgia born in Sanderville, Georgia in 1897, raised him with a supreme knowledge, knowing how to break the psychological change of slavery in our mind. God has come for us now. And we see Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, we see a representation. He knew what the Million Man March. Don't think that the Million Man March didn't touch him. We're all seeds of the Million Man March. All praise is due to Allah forever. We are seeds. We have sprouted now. See? Allah is pleased. See, everybody always hollering about, oh, I want to get to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. That's the title of the live. That's the title of my live. Everybody wants to make it to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. What do you mean, Brother Winford X? Everybody want to make it to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. You don't have to die to get to heaven physically. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us that heaven and hell is not a particular place, it's a condition. So in order to get to heaven, but don't nobody want to die, that means that we have to deny ourselves. We have to be able to deny and know we can't live in fear. We have unborn generations coming behind us. You're going to die anyway of something. Why not die in truth? You think this is a lie? You think they lying about this? This book was $38 this morning on Amazon. Now it's going for $2,500 on Amazon. $2,500 for this book. Do you hear me? Now you have to ask yourself, why? Why is this going for $2,500? Because the so-called Jews, wicked Europeans in high places, they know the black economy is crippled because they're the ones who cripple it. They know that we don't have $2,500 sitting around just to get the information that we need. But all praise be to Allah. We have the Nation of Islam that's led by the eternal leader, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and led right now on the scene, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who said that he would never bow. I would never bow. I would never apologize for telling the truth. That's what Ye doing, formerly known as Kanye West. That's what he's doing. He's telling the truth, family. So if you're not liking what he's saying, don't try to offset it and say, oh, we mad at Ye because he talking about George Floyd. The police really didn't kill George Floyd. Listen, man. Listen. We can talk about that. We can debate that. We can debate that. But let's not act like we don't know that Sean Bell in 1999 was shot 99 times. Let's not act like let's not act like that's the first time that police brutality have been killing blacks unjustly. Let's not act like this is the first time. Let's not act like that Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, didn't give the family $2 million back in 2020 when he was killed. Now the family is suing him for $250 million. I have a question. Have the family of George Floyd, have they got a public apology out of the police officer that killed him? I'm just asking a question. Have they sued him $250 million because he won't apologize for taking the life of their family member, of our brother? Self-hate is a disease. Self-hate is self-destruction amongst the black man and woman in America. So, family, we talk about the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, huh? This ain't come from how Jews gain control of the black American economy. This is real. This is real. This ain't nothing to play with. I'm telling you now, this is not nothing to play with. All of us should have this. This is what we should be teaching our children. Huh? This is why the Nation of Islam believes in homeschool. We should be teaching our children this at the age of 4 and 5. We should be reading this to them and sitting them down so they can understand this. Damn a TikTok. Damn a Instagram. Damn all that. See, we leave it up to them to teach our children. We were taught by the enemy. What did the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say? If they don't treat you right, what makes you think they're going to teach you right? Come on, family. We all know that all the big names that we hear about in rap, all of them want to act hard. They'll be so quick to talk about how they'll kill their brother. They so quick to talk about how they'll sex this girl right here down. Oh, I can't wait to knock this hoe off. Oh, I can't wait to have 4 and 5 hoes come with me. We sipping on the Ace of Spades. We sipping on the Cristal. Only bad bitches come with me. Hello. We'll be talking down on each other. And guess what? Guess who's behind? Guess who's putting the money up to continue to keep that going? The so-called Jews. Huh? Wicked Europeans in high places. Lion Cohen. Lion Cohen. Did you see the clip on Breakfast Club with Lion Cohen? They sold these man. Look, man. These blacks talk about how they sold this and that. Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, and all the rest of them. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. When it comes to beefing with your brother, oh, you tough. You tough. But when it comes to, oh, we can't say that. Look at what Nori said. Oh, man, I guess the freedom of speech ain't free. Oh, I guess free speech ain't free. Because they told him to be quiet and apologize. He had to go around and apologize. Michael Jackson apologized. For what? Jesse Jackson apologized. For what? Whoopi Goldberg apologized. For what? Nick Cannon apologized. For what? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan didn't apologize. He didn't apologize. They still waiting on an apology from him from 1984. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. See? You're going to die anyway. What is better than to live for the truth? We can't continue to make excuses to be distracted. Oh, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It got everything to do with you. See, that's selfish. When we say, man, we might as well just keep quiet and don't say nothing. No, that's being selfish. You're being selfish because you're setting up unborn generations to come and deal with the same bullshit that we're dealing with because we're afraid to sacrifice. We're afraid to stand up and allow God to bag us. Do we really believe that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior? That's the question that I have for a lot of us. Do we believe that Allah is God? Do we truly believe? Or is it something just to talk about? Because everybody talks about believing in God until we're actually tested and tried. I want y'all to hear me, family. This right here is the reality of the condition of the black man and woman in America and all over the world. Y'all already know this. We know this already. Don't think that you're doing God a favor by turning a blind eye. Oh, man, I got to worry about my children. I got to worry about my family. This is how I get paid. So you're telling me that the white face on that money, which is losing its value, you saying that you cannot go against that? The white man printing his face on the money. So basically, you're saying that that's your God. That's what you're saying. You're saying that you're afraid of that. But you're not afraid of the power and the God that have you waking up every single day. What is wrong with us? So if you're going against Ye, and he's a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because everything that he said about the so-called Jews, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has already said it many times before. So you calling the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, you calling us anti-Semitic? When in fact, anti-Semitic is a Semitic, is not a European at all. They don't even have a land that they can call their own. They was made in a laboratory off of the island of Palan in the Aegean Sea. Talk to me, man. This is real, family. These so-called conscious woke communities that have these big followings on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter up in New York around the gods. Don't act like you don't know what this is. You choose not to speak about it. You tuck this under the rug because you say, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Why not? I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Black Lives Matter. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn, oh, Black Lives Matter, this and that. And then you want to go against Ye for saying white lives matter? White lives have always mattered. See, you missed you didn't, it went over your head. Those of you that are going against him, it went over your head. You didn't even understand it because white lives, he's showing you how white lives matter. You can't even say nothing about these so-called Jews, the synagogue of Satan, of the injustice that they're doing to the black communities. But you can call your brother a nigger. You can talk about how you're going to shoot your brother. You can create drill music and make millions of dollars because it's self-destructing yourself. You can do that all day long. You can talk about how this broad has a big booty. And you gonna sex her down all night long. You're gonna treat her like nothing and tell her you're gonna kick her out. We can talk like that all night long. But when it comes to uplifting us by telling the truth, all of a sudden now we penalized. God is not pleased. Don't think that you're doing God a favor by turning a blind eye to this bullcorn that we have to deal with, man. God is not pleased. So I end with this. The secret relationship between blacks and Jews. How Jews gain control of the black economy. One learned man is harder on the devil than 1,000 ignorant worshipers. Isn't that what we're saying? Aren't we seeing that right now? Aren't we seeing that right now? One learned man, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. One man speaking up on being learned. He's waking up now. He's learned. And look at all these ignorant worshipers, blacks included, that are going against their brother because they're afraid. Behind closed doors, they know what he's saying is right, but they're afraid. Don't think that you're doing God a favor, because you're not. I am a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I'm striving to get our people to see. Come on, y'all. Come on. See, we all need money to survive. We all need money to be able to live, right? But look at what God does in his intelligence. See, when they come at you, God say, just stand up for the truth. I know you want the Bentley. I know you want the mansion. I know you want to live good. But God say, I'm going to raise you and I'm going to make you more wealthier than that materialistic stuff. I'm going to instill in you truth. And I want you to go to every nook and cranny. And I want you to teach this truth. All praise is due to Allah. Family, it's good to be a part of the Nation of Islam. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I have my flaws. I have room for correction. But at the end of the day, God didn't just put me here on this earth to do 15 years in a federal penitentiary, to come home out of all this stuff that God allowed me to learn, open me up to the reality of cause and effect. Nah, man. I got a son that's 3 years old. I just lost a son, 22 years old, through self-hatred, being shaped and raised in iniquity from an unseen hand that crippled black community to hate on themselves and to kill one another. I die. I die. I die. I done already lost my son. I promised my son I will forever go on and tell the truth and speak this truth. This is real, man. So Ye ain't lying. He ain't lying about this. This book was $38 and in Amazon. This book is $2,500 now. You do the math. If there's anything that I've said, family, to rub anybody the wrong way, that's not my true intention. But if there is something that I said of benefit, understand that it comes directly from Allah through me. I'm a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That truth, it's a wicked power, man, that's ruling. But by the grace of Allah, by the grace of God, by the grace of that backing, yes, when they come, yes, we're going to be made afraid. But know that God is the reality. No matter what they come at us with. Look, man, you can turn my past up. You can break up this. You can break up that. Man, look, none of us are perfect. We were shaped in your madness, in your wickedness. But it had to come out of us to purify us, to get us prepared for a new mind and a new world. I'm your brother, Winfred X. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, subscribe to the page. Tell other people about the page. Man, listen, a lot of things are about to happen. We have this war, Ukraine and Russia. Now we're dealing with this. Master Father Muhammad is on the scene. You can take it or you can let it alone. Brothers and sisters, we got to wake up. Get this book right here. See if the Nation of Islam have it, because I have it. I have it. I've read it before. So much in here that oh man, this is one of my top 5. This is in my top 5 out of all the literature and all the books that I have. I'm telling you, this is in my top 5 right now. You're not going to be able to get rid of the Nation of Islam, because that's a divine revelation, and the Nation of Islam is backed by God himself, the supreme being. You can take it or you can let it alone. So brothers and sisters, I'm about to get up out of here. May Allah continue to bless every last one of you. Don't be afraid. Listen, at the end of the day, self-improvement. None of us are perfect. We've been shaped in iniquity. Don't look at your condition and say, oh man, I'm a bad person. I have no value. Yes, you do. As long as you're breathing, you got action. No matter how dark your situation is, light is always present. I'm your brother, Winfred X. Subscribe to the page, Winfred X. You can catch me on Instagram at Knowledge5845. If you have not picked up my book, Determined to Change, go to determinedtochange.org and pick up the book. You might have somebody in prison. You might know somebody that's incarcerated, your mother, your daughter, your cousins, your dad, your brother, anybody, your best friend. Let's go, man. It's our time. We got unborn generations that's coming up. I have a 3-year-old. I don't want him having to go through what we going through. I don't want him to get 30 and 40 years old and still be having to tuck his tail off, having to not say this because the white man is going to get mad at him if he say something he's not able to be free. This is why Jesus said, when you know the truth shall set you free. It looks like Ye is trying to get free. He's striving to get free. Y'all remember 50 Cent had that movie, Get Rich or Die Trying? He had his first CD, Get Rich or Die Trying. Hey man, listen, get free or die trying. With that being said, I greet you brothers and sisters with the greeting words of peace, of which we say in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum.